but take a journey back to the past to review an old movie based off a world famous video game. You know the game, you've seen it, it's on everything, it's got the word fatality in it. No other than Mortal Kombat from the year 1995. But is this movie, does it hold up today? Is it still a good movie in the year 2019? About to find out on this episode of Movie Breakdowns. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Zakka. I'm back here with Tyreik. You've seen him before. You've seen him on other episodes. He is back and he's ready to sit down and review this. But before we get into that review, what is Movie Breakdowns? Movie Breakdown, sorry about that, guys. It's a movie review series. We look at new and old movies, give them a plus or minus grade, A through F, and also figure out if the movie's good. Is it not? She watch it, she spend time on it, and also we take requests. Is there a movie you want us to review? Let us know. We'll try to get to it as best we can. Now, getting to Mortal Kombat 1995. First thoughts on this one. Man, Mortal Kombat! Really, the only thing about this movie that is pretty much it. If it wasn't for the name of the movie and the characters in the movie, you didn't know anything about it. You like somebody just hands you this movie to you, like, here's Mortal Kombat. You didn't know nothing about the video games, didn't know anything about it. You were like, what is this? But because they did, and I will give the directors credit for this one, they did go off the characters. They did go off the source material they had. They
tried to make people look the way they're supposed to look. You respect that. People look the way they're supposed to look from the game. You know who's who, which is a good thing. You can distinguish the characters. But other than them being distinguished as characters, I mean, it's not executed well at all.
Yeah,
the movie's not executed.
This movie is definitely flawed. It's not the best movie from the 90s. You'll watch this movie and wonder, like, man.
You can tell the budget here.
Yes.
You can tell the budget off the jump.
Yes, exactly. But your favorite characters from the video game, you will know, like Johnny Cage, Luke Kane, Sonya Blade, they're in here. Shang Tsung, Raiden's in here, who for some reason had a really weird voice. Every time he talked, it was like...
He did the Batman voice before Christian Bale came up with the Batman.
Yeah.
Your sideshow freaks attack my fighters.
It was weird. And it was hard for you to listen to him at times. He said it in such a way. You're like, what did he say? Mm-hmm. And like, wait, what did he say? But yeah, this movie is based off the video game, the Mortal Kombat series that everybody loves and loves playing, that you see in arcades, you see the fatality, what gave the gaming world a rating system, all that stuff. This is the game, and I will give them, like you said, credit, because there's a lot of movies that based off video games and cartoons and animes, when they go live action, they don't fall like the characters. Like, who is this? Dragon Ball Evolution. Throw that out there.
Here's the thing, and it's sad to say, this is one of the better video game movies, to be honest with you. Now, the budget for the film, now you gotta remember, when this we said 95? 95. Mortal Kombat, I believe the game, you can check me on this fact sheet, I think the game first came out in 93, either 92 or 93, Mortal Kombat first came out. Now, Mortal Kombat was made with like 6 or 7 people on staff. It was not a lot of people that made that game. So it was very, very low staff. So they made a movie like very, very, when did it come out? 92, right? 92. So this is only 3 years later. So off of one game. I don't think when the second game come out. Let me just see if it came out real quick. Fact check. Someone play some music. That's a fact check right there. Get your facts checked, people. If you don't know it and you're in an argument, you Google it. Google. Google it. 93, a year later. Look at that. It's 2 games and a movie.
And then Mortal Kombat 3, the video game, came out in 1995.
Right, the same year. Yeah, I think that
same year as the movie came out. The movie came out in August. Mortal Kombat 93 came out in April of 95. So they had the source material. They did pretty well, because let's go look at a movie like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which we're gonna review that one day. And instead of like Aang.
Oh boy.
Like the source material was already laid out for you. You didn't have to change anything. This director, Paul Anderson, he literally said, okay, his name is Luke Kane. His name gonna be Luke Kane. His name is Raiden. His name is Raiden. We're not messing it up.
And this is what, and saying on that, I think that I'm gonna take a shot here. I think that this movie is more accurate to the source material than something like Michael Bay's Transformers. Like Michael Bay's Transformers just takes the continuity of Transformers. You don't even know who the characters are anymore.
Right.
I can't tell. I know that's Bumblebee because they said it, but I swear he was a bug, not a Camaro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So that's like our first thoughts on this game. Anything want to add to your first thoughts? So just like the movie itself, like somebody just gave it to you, like here you go, Mortal Kombat.
It's a popcorn flick. It's something that I'd watch simply to laugh at how bad it is. But it is a enjoyable watch. It's something fun to watch.
Yeah, it is a very fun movie. Like I was here watching it, I was telling Tyreik, I was like, you know, I'm not mad at watching this movie. Like I can sit here and watch the whole thing multiple times and enjoy watching this. But like there's other movies I watched one time, like forget this, I'm not watching this again. This movie's garbage. Like what the heck? Well, I'm like
I watched a few
painfully watching through this. This I can just put it in. I don't expect much from it.
Yep.
We know it's gonna be bad, but at the same
Box.
time, I haven't seen that yet. So I'm actually gotta sit down and watch that one. But when you same time you watch it, you're like, okay, I can go on about my day. It was some stuff I was like, what the heck? So storyline. Now the storyline is similar to the video game where you have Mortal Kombat and the Earth world trying to stop the other world or Outworld from taking over. Outworld is a whole nother realm in this world of Mortal Kombat. There's different realms. Is there like 9 realms?
Yeah, there's 9 realms in the universe of Mortal Kombat, and it's like the ones they show in here are like they've got Scorpion Nether Realm, Shao Kahn, and Shang Tsung are Outworld.
Which you don't know that, by the way.
They don't explain
like
that.
You don't explain. They explain Outworld and they explain Earth world, but they don't explain Netherworld. Like you see when Johnny Cage. This has spoilers in it. You guys, 93. Nobody cares. When you watch this movie, you see Scorpion versus Johnny Cage, which is actually one of the best fights in this movie.
Probably the best fight.
All of a sudden, Sub-Zero, and so the Scorpion takes Johnny Cage to the Netherrealm. You're like, what's happening? Why is there like fire and red lights and bunch of stuff? Like, doesn't make any sense. You don't know what's going on. As a kid, I was like, he just took him to some other place, and that was it. And then somehow Johnny Cage get back to Earth Realm
Somehow
with no explanation. They just appear back.
Yeah, because in the games he does that a lot, but it's just like he usually like throws you back out. You know,
Right. So the Earth world got to get together and stop the win, pretty much the tournament of Mortal Kombat to save the world. That's literally what it is.
So this, like the way it works, because for those who don't know the way that Mortal Kombat works, the way it goes is you got 10 tournaments you got to win in Mortal Kombat. You have to win 10 consecutive tournaments back to back. You win all 10 tournaments, you're able to basically merge your realm with whatever realm you want to. Outworld wants to merge with Earth Realm because that's how they invade and take over. That's how they expand. Essentially, like if you were invading real life war or whatever. So that's what they do. And they've already won 9 of the tournaments, so they have to win 1 more. So the cast, the main characters, they get basically recruited by Raiden to defend the Earth Realm against that last.
Which are Luke Cage, Sonya Blade.
Luke Cage.
Sorry. Luke Kane, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage, which they're played by Luke Cage played by Robin So. London Ashby plays Johnny Cage, and then Bridget Wilson, she plays Sonya Blade. And to me, the characters look like the actors look like their characters, and to be honest, I felt like they represented those 3 represented their characters really well. They stayed their source material. They know how they supposed to act and everything. And like Sonya Blade was always at the Kano. That's the first thing on her mind was Kano. Nobody else. Johnny Cage wanted to just be an actor, and he was an actor. Yeah, and then Luke Cage. I keep calling Luke Cage. Luke Kane. God dang it.
Shout out Luke Cage.
But Luke Kane, which actually in the video games he just wanted to pretty much win the tournament and save the world, but in this movie he wanted to fight Shang Tsung, who's played by Kerry Togawa. Shang Tsung to avenge his brother that just got tossed in there. And that's one thing Tyreik mentioned. He's like, there's a lot of characters in this movie you just don't know who they are. They just get tossed in there and you're like, who this dude named Art Lee? Like, where he come from?
Randoms.
Why is he in Art Lee, his name is Kenneth Edwards, just
randoms
tossing this movie, and it's like, and then you put the care about him all of a sudden, like he gets killed and you're like, oh, okay, nice. the movie didn't really do well building up characters. Like, you literally saw this movie not knowing anybody from the video games, and you like, why did I care that this dude Art Ling just got killed by Goro, or why did I care that Johnny Cage keep trying to hit on Sonya Blade, and all of a sudden at the end of the movie they're surprisingly together. There was no love connection there whatsoever. You just knew Johnny Cage kept trying to hit on Sonya, and all of a sudden
it's really great because it's really quick.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's really quick. They get to the tournament. If you really count it up, like how many fights you see, you got the tournament starts and you have Liu Kang versus random guy number 1, who's like some tiger roaring guy. Okay, so that's fight number 1, and then fight number 2 is Liu Kang again versus Katana, which is a very short fight because it gets stopped. So if you want to even count that, fight 3, Sonya Blade versus Kano. Fight 4 is Johnny Cage versus Scorpion. And then from there it goes Liu Kang to Sub-Zero.
Goro versus Art Ling.
Yeah, Goro versus every other random person. I swear it was like 3 guys they kept throwing. It was like the black gi, the white gi, and the dude with pants and a purple shirt.
They just kept rotating. like about 20 clips of just the same thing over and over again. And I guess they're trying to build up Goro to make him like
saying like he's been taking all these guys.
He's really powerful, but you're watching like you don't get to see any of the match. You just see the people fall.
Dude fall.
And you just hear Goro's voice. And you're like, okay, yeah. Luke Cage was saying some. Yeah.
Was that the next one?
No, I'm not doing it in order. I'm just saying what they are because we had 5, 6.
No, it was because after it was on Sub-Zero, right?
Yeah, Goro versus Art Ling.
No, yeah, Goro, and then after Goro you have the Reptile fight.
Well, Johnny Cage versus Art Ling. No, Johnny Cage versus Goro.
Well, yeah, Johnny Cage versus Goro,
and then Reptile versus
and then
Luke Cage, and then
I keep saying and then
Luke Kang,
and then the last one, and then I guess if you want to count that little fight where they're fighting
all
together,
the bad guys,
together,
Which what that was for to show that they can work together. Speaking of which, this movie has a lot of things where like it makes no sense. So Katana, who is played by Talisa Soto, she sees that Katana in the video games has a love relationship with Liu Kang, and that is very stated. Like, oh, they see each other, they're attracted to each other, they try to talk to each other, stuff like that. That's very shown in the video game. Matter of fact, I think one of the best video game storylines to watch is Mortal Kombat 9, the video game 9, which kind of goes through everything. That's a really good one. But so in the movie, he sees her, she sees them. They make like eye contact with each other, and Johnny even goes up to Lou and goes, when a girl looks at a guy like that, it usually means something. And that's about it. That's all you get of that. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the movie, Katana doesn't show any love interest. She just shows that
she's constantly helping him.
Helping Lou.
For no reason. There's no explanation.
There's no explanation.
Help him.
She just give him hips and tips, hips and tips.
And see, the reason, for those who don't know, the reason she wants to help Liu Kang, again, not explained in the movie, is because she's actually kidnapped. She's Shao Kahn's daughter, but she's really a slave. You know, she's kidnapped and then she's put there under Shang Tsung's basically watchful eye, essentially. And you'll see him kind of fight with her a little bit because he's supposed to be keeping her on retainer, basically, is for Shao Kahn. As the storyline is, and you'll see that he has her out there fighting Liu Kang, and she does stuff and it pisses him off, and he's like, dude, I'm gonna have to handle you later on if it comes to that. Which,
if you want to think of a better idea of it, modern day terms would be Thanos and Gamora, pretty much. That's how it is. Gamora is Katana, and that makes Lou Peter Quill. Anyway, so they get to this tournament. They go through some bunch of fights. You see Sub-Zero, you see Scorpion. Sub-Zero, who is actually we're talking about how he's one of the strongest characters in the video game as a ninja, takes the longest time to charge up anything. Takes the longest time to showcase his power. It's literally like Goku's Spirit Bomb.
It's so bad.
And like Liu Kang was sitting here with a bucket of water that Raiden just placed it in this room. For some reason, he knew there was fight.
That was foreshadowed by Katana to use against Sub-Zero.
But you wouldn't notice until you seen Katana just walk up in the middle of the fight scene like she knew there was fighting, and then all of a sudden you hear her voice.
She did the head nod. She said, "Do it.
Use the elements. Water, old man." And Sub-Zero freezing himself pretty much. He gets penetrated by Liu Kang's water and freezes himself and dies.
Here's what's sad about this.
Okay? Also, before we get... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I want to say, before we get to this, what's with all the flips? This movie had so many flips. Maybe we should have done a flip counter. Oh, I should have done a flip counter.
We should do a flip counter. They flip a lot in here. They love flipping.
Almost every fight scene, it was a flip for no reason. Like somebody gets a kick, he flips 15 times for one kick. That's Tyreik showing like Sub-Zero catching himself. It was like the ending fight with Reptile. Liu Kang does a bicycle kick, which is pretty cool. And one of his finisher moves, not his finisher, one of his signature moves in the video game. So Reptile's getting hit, and then Reptile gets finally kicked, and he flips all the way out of the room,
so many times
through the wall to like.
Thought we was playing Marvel Nemesis.
Like that's a whole callback.
Look, this is what makes that scene so bad. Makes me so mad with Sub-Zero because in the beginning of the movie, the very first thing they do is they show an exhibition match when they get there. And it's Sub-Zero versus this random crony. Sub-Zero makes short work of this man. He charges a small ice ball in his hand, does a sidestep, freezes the guy crashes and dies. But when he fights Liu Kang, instead of doing that, he sits up there and charges for like 45 minutes. This giant freeze. I don't know if it's like a slowly getting bigger. I don't know if it's a ball, if it's just an area, whatever he's doing. I don't even know what he's doing. Like, no one knows what he's even doing, but he's just charging ice, and the ice is slowly, and you know what? He gets water thrown at him, so only you can prevent a forest fire.
Yeah, it was something about like, so the writing in this movie is not the greatest, and there's a bunch of jokes like that was in this movie that never hit. Never hit. Johnny Cage threw so many jokes, and I get it, Johnny Cage would be a funny guy, but his jokes were just dry.
They weren't the worst.
It wasn't the worst.
I think Raiden had the worst jokes. He was not funny.
I don't think so.
How many times did he do that?
Well, why are you laughing, dude? Nobody else thought
it was
funny.
the creepiest laugh. Like, clear your throat, bro. You got some.
Lighting. So the lighting in this movie, there was a time in the movie you put see something like, why the lighting this way? Why the lighting that way? The lighting didn't match up, especially when like they're on a boat and it's like a very broken down boat. But like for some reason it put in the moonlight, but for some reason the light only was on Sun, like Sang Sung and not Raiden. Who did I talk about who Raiden played by?
Cheap.
Raiden is played by Christopher Lambert. Just want to throw that out there. Once again, beside his voice, Raiden was a believable character. Like everybody matched their characters, but yeah, Sang Sung. Like, okay, why is he all purple, but yet Raiden's in white? They're in the same room. Okay, why Raiden doesn't have light on?
There's a filter. There's like a light filter on it. And they love it. They love it because I mean,
when Liu Kang wake up,
yeah, it's like why is the room green? Why is the room blue? Why is the room red? It's just like, why does it make sense? Everything has a blue tint and fog.
No sense.
Everything has fog in this movie. I mean, everything has fog on it.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Has fog.
And it just like, yeah. And then the writing wasn't good. The lighting wasn't good. CGI was really
very early CGI, guys.
You can point it out. Like it wasn't like video game-ish either. It was worse than video game CGI. Like you can point it out. Like, oh, that is definitely CGI. Okay, they're definitely Johnny Cage is not walking up these steps.
Guys, this is 1995. No. I'm not giving it a pass. It's bad CGI. The only reason I do that is because I think that Star Wars has some good CGI. And that was like episode 1. And that was like, was that
99?
99?
99,
yeah.
But like, think about when the first Power Rangers came out. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers came out.
There's some decent CGI, some of it.
Like, there's movies at this time.
Oh, there's
a never-ending story. Like,
there's plenty of movies with good CGI at this time. I mean, if you look at should I think Men in Black? When did Men in Black come out? Men in Black came out in 99.
Power Rangers, the movie.
I think Men in Black came out in 99, 98, 1 and 2.
95. Power Ranger movie came out in 95. And this is the same year Mortal Kombat came out. No excuses. No excuses.
It's not a great movie to compare it to, but I like Power Rangers 95, by the way. With Ivan Ooze, I was a
June 30th, 1995. It literally came out 2 months before Mortal Kombat came out. I look at Men in Black. See, Men in Black.
There was a lot of good movies. I mean, even the freaking Terminator movies. I mean, Terminator 2 with Terminator 2 with the liquid metal. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought it looked cool. I liked it.
Men in Black came out in 1997.
See, I know it was
Terminator
2 is way before that.
91.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. So
they also had more money, but I'm still.
Mortal Kombat. No excuses. No excuses.
But that had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And the fight scenes in this movie too. Some of the fight scenes you're watching, like, why they keep zooming up on their faces, why they keep zooming up on, like, when somebody hits each other. But then you can tell the ones where they actually are fighting and like actual fight choreographed, where like they're not zooming in every 5 seconds. Like, okay, so this is actually them going at it. Like the ending fight. Really, the three good ones: the Scorpion versus Johnny Cage, Luke Kane versus Reptile, and Shang Tsung versus Luke Kane at the end. Really good. But the ending fight has some things where you like, Luke Kane walks up the stairs because Shang Tsung trying to prevent
stairs.
Because Shang Tsung is looking down, so he's looking down at Luke Kane like this. Luke walks up some stairs, he walks around the stairs, and the camera stays on the whole time. So Shang Tsung's looking at him, watch him walks up, turns his back to him. So now his back is facing Lou. And Lou's looking at him and Shang Tsung's like, are you ready for this challenge? Or wherever his face your brother? Turns around, like, transform into his brother right in front of him. And then like, brother, it's me.
No, it ain't.
How is it?
I hate that. I was losing.
You just saw him do this right in front of you.
I hate that.
And why was his back facing him? Why wouldn't you just take him the whole time? You're gonna transform blindly. It's like me. I just decided to like cut the scene.
It's almost
and then
the worst part of the movie, in my opinion. It's really bad. It's like. How stupid do you think Luke Kane is?
How you think we think the audience is? You think we're gonna fall for this after seeing him transform right in front of me?
Exactly. That's like, hey guys, hold on a second. Let me get my brother real quick.
Oh
What's going on, guys?
Who are you?
Oh wait. What's up, guys?
Who are you? Where Tyreik go? Oh wait. Tyreik, how you get back here?
I'm a magic. I don't even know how to make sense. I'm a magic.
But that's how stupid it was. Like, when you're like, wait a minute, you're not my brother. You're like, okay.
And you know what's really bad is that he tried to convince him about the story. Again, the movie wants us to be sympathetic for Luke Kane, and apparently his parents got killed. We didn't know any of this stuff. No one knows this stuff. Apparently his parents got killed, and Luke Kane said he was going to take care of his brother, and now he wants to return the favor. Drop one of those clues bombs for Luke Kane's brother, please.
And that's another thing, yeah, you don't really feel much for these characters at all. You don't really care that certain people die, or some people get their one-uppers, or some people get revenge. You don't care at all. Like, always you care because you're a fan of video games. If somebody, I literally think, if somebody who wasn't a fan of video games watched this movie, they would not care. Heck, even some of the dialogue between where they're doing exposition and talking, I got up and walked away like, this is dry. I had to look away for a moment because it was dry. That's my personal take on it. Anything you want to add to that before?
I'll say this. The fighting is cool. There's some cool fight scenes in it for the ones that they don't spend all their time zooming up on all the punches and kicks and attacks. It's fun. It's a popcorn flick. You'll probably laugh at it. I do like the fact that my favorite part of the movie that I always enjoy is when Johnny Cage punches Goro in the nuts. Because I think this is the most ingenious thing anybody has ever done in a fighting franchise. Anything, he cuts the bullshit. He says, "I cannot win if I don't get down and dirty," and he does what he has to do for America. Shout out Earthrealm. But I mean, it's all in all, the dialogue's trash. The story doesn't make any sense. The pacing's really, really bad. But it's a movie that you can toss it back in every now and again and have fun with it, but you'll have fun with it because you're making fun of it,
right? And the music is really not that great either. The one thing about the music, about the movie and the music that really stands out is the Mortal Kombat theme song. That's really like, it catches you like, oh my gosh, it's about to get cool. And other than that, the rest of the music's like just throw away, chopped up garage band, like do.
Here's the problem, and here's the problem too, is that no one, because of the budget, no one uses any of their special moves. Like no one uses this. You see Raiden shoot some lightning. You probably see Sub-Zero use ice more than anything. You see Scorpion, who was completely incorrect. He instead of having a kunai with a rope like a ninja tool like he has in the games and stuff, because he's a ninja, he's part of the Shirai Ryu. They don't say that either. The Shirai Ryu. He's got a I don't even know what it is. It's like a snake, dragon.
It comes out of
bug
his hand.
Comes out of his hand, like split.
Because Scorpion is supposed to be a demon, so
he's a ghost.
He's a ghost. My bad, he's a ghost. But so it makes I can see how they get away with that because they don't explain when he takes off his mask why he's a skull. They don't explain anything. Well, and once again, you're watching like, what the fuck?
But see, in the game we've seen. If you played the game, if you played the game, you'll know that Scorpion, he takes that's one of his fatalities. He takes his mask off and he shoots you with the fire. Okay, we've seen that. But even in the game, you see the kunai. Like, I don't know why the heck they decided to change it into a snake thing that comes out of his
Because it's cool. It's 1995. It's edgy.
Good job.
And nobody's going to really care about it. They make one chance of Scorpion, which actually is wrong because he's like one of the most popular characters from Mortal Kombat.
He is the most popular character from Mortal Kombat. Actually, matter of fact, nowadays, he's the emblem on NetherRealm Studios. Yeah. Because you see Mortal Kombat X, he's the only character on the cover. Right. So he's like the staple character. So yeah, you can't really mess up Scorpion. Good job, guys. What else, Ali? I forgot.
I think that's pretty much it. We talk about the movie, the music, talk about the pacing, talk about everything characters.
Anyway, when they cut him up too, and it was all Kool-Aid coming out. I mean, that looked bad. I didn't say nothing about that.
Oh, then Johnny Cage had enough time to write his signature and throw it onto Sub-Zero's.
Guys, they probably put all the money into this fight. I swear this had to be where all the money went because they had the fire blast, they had the teleport effect of them going to the netherworld, they had the snake.
Yeah, Johnny Cage's Sonic, like his when he shifts.
Oh yeah, his shadow kick.
Kick. They did
oh my god, I forgot.
It was right as he jumped into
the portal. The portal.
His shadow kick happened. They threw that away. It was so awesome.
So we get a shadow kick from Johnny. We get one shadow kick from Johnny. We get 3 ice things from Sub-Zero. We get apparently at the end of the movie, Luke Cage shoots a fireball when he hits.
I didn't even know what that was.
It's like a flash of red and lightning. Like it just hits him and he knocks him onto the nail bed. Sonya does, I guess, if you consider her neck breaker,
which we didn't talk about Kano either. Which I think is I think his adaptation of Kano is really good. I like the dude. I thought he played his character well. Played by Trevor Goddard.
He's there just to get killed.
He really is though, but it's also the reason why she went there to went to the Mortal Kombat tournament anyway to find Kano, which once again plays within the storyline. So I thought he did his character where he talked about how he talked just like him.
I think he played the character good. I just don't like what they did with the character. It's like he showed up and then Shang Tsung was even telling him in one of the scenes before. Shang Tsung was like, I don't even want you to kill her. I just want you to go out there and humiliate her and make her look bad. And then she ends up killing him.
And then one of the most awkward ways got she put him in a leg, she was on the ground doing a leg handstand, caught him with her legs, and he was just sitting here
struggling apparently. Oh, he's not a 100 and 200 something pound man that could easily throw her off, but he gets one kick in that really hurts her. I mean, it really hurts.
And they messed up on it too, because when they showed her on the ground, she was facing him. This bothers me. I hate when movies do this when they show something going on, so the characters lined up in a different way. So it's if I'm looking at Tyreik like this, and all of a sudden cut back to the scene, I'm
over there.
Wait a minute. I was just facing that way. How do we and then show her move because she was literally not in the stance, but then it show her in a certain angle where she's able to get kicked. I was like, wait a minute.
Mind you, that was the only Sonya fight. That's the only thing she did the whole. Next time you see her, she gets captured and she's a damsel in distress. And she's basically used as cannon fodder because Shang Tsung thinks he's too weak to defeat Liu Kang or Johnny Cage. So he takes Sonya and tries to force her into fighting him so he would beat her and win the tournament.
Which Sonya's not even a damsel in distress kind of character.
She's not, but they made her. They tried to make her. It didn't even work. She was just
once again,
my friends will come for me.
Your friends, you just met them. You literally just met them. in what a span of a week. They
I
can't
don't even think it was that long.
like.
I don't even know how long they were on that island. It had to be a day or two.
That can't be a day because the night before with the flipping tables. Oh yeah, wait.
See, and that's the other thing. We'd have to sit there and try to actually by scene and try to figure out how many days they were there. They got there.
Give it a week at least.
And then how long were they traveling on the boat? Because it was a night to night. You know what I mean? Did they show? I mean, the way that compass was spinning, there's no way it was that. It wasn't close by.
They did say it has begun, and then it has begun.
So there was these CGI moments where there was stuff going on in the sky, like Shao Kahn. That moment where it's like, I don't even know, was a dragon wisping around, the skulls, and it looks horrible. This looks like a slideshow at like a rock show that you put up behind someone playing in a band. You ever seen School of Rock, guys? That stuff.
And at the end of the movie, they legit thought they were going to have a sequel. And guess what? They do have a sequel. And we will review that too. We will be reviewing that sequel as well. Is this a Friday night movie? No.
Hell no.
This is a movie if you want to get together with friends and have like a nostalgia moment and watch this movie as a Saturday day or like a goofy party time movie.
Y'all better bring beer. Y'all better bring some. If your friends don't like this kind of stuff, the only way you're getting them to sit down and watch this movie is if you offer a 6-pack of something that's not cheap.
And kids, Kool-Aid for y'all.
Kool-Aid for the kids, but not too much sugar.
Yes, because you will need it. So I don't think this movie should watch on. Like I said, I don't think the movie should watch on Friday night. It's not. You shouldn't spend your time intentionally watching. Like this is not a movie. Like, hey, yo, girl, I have a movie for us to watch. Or hey, bunch of friends over, let's seriously watch this.
You must know what you're doing before you watch this movie. This is a movie you must know what you're doing. You know what you're signing up for before. It's like a bad movie. Like you pay for that B flick. You know when you buy a B flick movie, you know it's a B flick movie. You know that this movie's probably not going to be good, but it looked interesting, so you picked it up. You say, hey, I'm going to watch it. That's what this is.
Right? So, grading time. You want to grade first? I'll grade first.
What, you A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
Yeah, A through F. Pluses and minuses do count.
Yo, man, this is a D movie. This is a D movie for sure. It's a D plus. It's a D plus movie. It is enjoyable. I will laugh at it. There's some fight scenes where you go, oh! But all in all, it's doesn't stand the test of time. It's trash.
I would agree. The same thing. I was sitting there watching this movie and I was like, this movie's not a C. C is an average movie for me. C movies are average movies you can watch over and over again, or movies you might just want to watch one time, but didn't really leave you feeling dissatisfied. Didn't really leave you feel open over the top. You're just like, oh, this is a solid movie that's fun to watch. This movie is not that movie. This movie is definitely a D plus for me as well. It's a movie that, once again, it's fun to watch. I'm gonna give it a D plus. It's fun to watch, but at the same time, there's things you see, you're like, oh, why that joke didn't hit? The CGI is bad. The characters in this movie, what saves this movie for me is the characters.
That's the best.
Are the characters. The fight scenes, like, are really good, really choreographed. The ones that are really well.
Because that's the problem with a lot of movies, that the source material is bad. This movie gets the source material right.
It gets it. So that right there gives it just a solid D, and then the fact that you can go back and rewatch this once you understand everything and understand like this is a bad movie, but it's a fun bad movie to watch. So it gives it a D plus for me. But I would not like. I have it on DVD, so I did go out my way to buy the movie. So I'm not even gonna lie to that, but that's also a nostalgic kick for me though. It's like, oh, it's Mortal Kombat. You used to enjoy watching the movie as a kid. I'm really interested to watch Annihilation again.
Me too.
Because
man. Oh my god, I think it's worse.
As a kid, I watched that movie so many times.
I think it's so much worse.
A neat movie.
Oh my god.
I watched like 2 years ago, and it's like, ooh, I might have to readjust my life on this. Now I want to watch it again just to see like. Okay.
And here's the sad part, man. I really think this is one of the better video game movies.
It is.
Comment section, please leave a comment. What do you think is the best video game movie? Because and when I say video game movie, I mean a movie that is directly turned into a video game. I'm not talking about Scott Pilgrim that has video game references. I'm not talking about Ready Player One.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about a movie that is a direct video game to a movie.
And even, well, it's video game. I was like, even throw like animes and mangas in there too, like Last Airbender and Dragon Ball Evolution, or like the Super Mario movie. But like, yeah, what movie you think? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Super Mario,
like Transformers, like movies you think they like are really like was it really the best Street Fighter? I kind of want to go back and rewatch the 1995 Street Fighter movie because I seen that movie years ago.
So the same year?
Was it 95?
Was that 95?
Maybe
That's gotta be.
Maybe 93.
We gotta, yeah. With
94.
Oh, God.
With John Claude Van Damme.
I remember when he did the hurricane kick in there. It looked so bad.
I remember watching the movie as a kid and I was like, that movie had a freeze frame in the end of it. I remember that.
Who do they have to play? Who plays Bison in that movie? Wait, click that up. Someone plays. Who plays Bison in that movie? He's like the best actor ever. What's his name?
Oh, Raw Julia?
Yeah, pull him up real quick. What's the guy? Oh my God, he looked so horrible as Bison. He looked just like the most pedophile person you could ever find. That's next time, y'all. That's man, we gotta do that.
That's what we get to. We gotta do Mortal Kombat Annihilation, a few of the movies. So, but thank you guys for watching this episode. Tyreik, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. Hope to have you back on here pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdown. Yeah, please put in the comment section what best video game adaptation movie you watched and seen and you really enjoyed.
I'm curious.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, follow wherever platform you're watching. Listen to this thing out. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. See y'all next time and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment in the comment section below. And please subscribe for more episodes of Grind Towards Success, movie breakdowns, or whatever it is you're watching on my channel. I have different stuff from interviews to other movie reviews to wrestling reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe if you want to see all that and see what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Snapchat here. Follow me on Instagram there to see what I'm doing in my personal life as well as my business and Ninja Warrior. And lastly, you can watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success here. You can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns there. Thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome.